Namaste friend, in this video I will tell you how to do a conduction simulation analysis in SolidWorks. So in this simulation I will tell you two kind of scenario. First is a simple body and second one is a composite body. Okay, so first I will make a simple body. So I am basically in assembly mode and click on new part. After that select this new part and click on edit component. Expand this. Select a front plane, click on sketch, press Ctrl plus 8. Now draw a sketch of 100 by 100 mm. Click OK and extrude it up to a length as per your requirement. Here I am taking it as a 50 mm. Okay, here is our body. Now go to simulation. First exit the edit component. After that go to simulation, click on new study, click on thermal, click OK, right click on parts, click on apply material. Now select the material as per your requirement. Make sure you just need to check the value that thermal conductivity value is given. For example, in this scenario 50 watt meter Kelvin is given as a thermal conductivity, so I am choosing this. You can choose any material as per your requirement, but make sure you know that the SolidWorks show the value of thermal conductivity, because in some cases you will realize that SolidWorks doesn't give the value of thermal conductivity. So make sure you always choose a material whose value is given in SolidWorks. So apply and close. After that what I am going to do is applying temperature load. So click on temperature, select a face and click the units. For example 250 degrees Celsius. You can enter the value as per your requirement and click on thermal loads, click on temperature and select this face and select the temperature as per your requirement. Click OK. Now run this study. As you can see, it plots our heat graph. Now click on this face, press Ctrl plus 8, click on plot tools, click on probe. Now I am just clicking on points so that I will get basically a rough idea how does the graph flowing. Remember it is a 1D plot, so it doesn't matter I click on at the top or I click at the bottom. It will just a 1D graph. Okay, I have done a 1D simulation and click on graph. Here you see the temperature variation. Okay, remember here the units are shown are in Kelvin, not in Celsius. Here you can see the value of some average or maximum root mean square value. You can change it as per your requirement, or you can have it as per your requirement, and you can click on save the result for your CSV file. Click OK. Now a main question, how to calculate heat flux. So to calculate heat flux, go to result advisory, click on new plots, click on thermal. After that on display, click on it, select resultant heat flux. Remember it doesn't matter what heat flow in X, Y or Z. The main thing I am focused is on the resultant. So that is the reason I am clicking on resultant heat flux. Make sure the units are in watt per meter square. Click on show vector plot to give the better how does heat flow. Now click on plot. Here you see when I click on anywhere, the value is remains same, 2.25. okay, watt per meter square 10⁵. So even if I plot a graph, you can see it is a straight line, because we know that Q is nothing, just Q equal to minus K8 T2 minus T1 upon T. If you put the values of all the things we calculate, we know, for example K is 50, I guess the material value is 50, area is 100 by 100 mm. So you need to convert the unit. Either you convert A in meter, so that T in meter you can calculate it, because our units here are in meter scale. So convert all these units in meter. Okay, and we got the value of Q. Now let's talk about the composite beam. So to do a composite beam, first go to assembly, click on insert component, click on new part, go to model, select on this part, go to assembly, click on edit component. Now select a face, click on sketch, press Ctrl+8, draw a square, extrude it as per your requirement. It is not necessary what I am showing here, you also do the same. Click 20 mm, click OK. Now exit this simulation, edit part, click on new study, click on thermal, click OK, click on parts, select part 1, click apply edit material. So first material I am applying is alloy steel, as you see in the first case. Now in second part, click on apply material, select any material as per your requirement. For example, cast alloy steel. Here we can see, wait a minute, thermal expansion, what I want is, here we can see the thermal conductivity value is 38 watt meter Kelvin. So apply and close it. So we basically define two materials. Now go to thermal loads, click on temperature, just select this face. A question will arise in your mind, what will happen if I select this face and this face? Just remember, if I select this face, top face and side face, then my simulation will become a 2D and 3D. For example, if I select this face, now my simulation become 2D. Now, and I get the value of Q different at different points. It will not same at all over the points, because now my simulation is 2D. If I select all three faces, my simulation become 3D, and I will get a different value at every point, even in the inside. So choose as per the requirement. Here I am just showing a simple 1D simulation. Okay, click Celsius, enter the value of Celsius as per your requirement. Again click on thermal loads, click temperature, select this face, select units Celsius, click OK. After that, click on run this study, and here we got our graph, our plot. Now for example, if somebody want to see plot how does the temperature is changing, so just click on it and select the locations. First delete all clear selections. Now select point by point. Remember, the points more close are, the more better and accurate graph you will get. Now go downwards, click on graph. Here you see a sudden decrease. It is because the gap here is quite big. If the gap is not that big, you will see a straight line. Okay, because of that the distance is not same here at here, because of that it is not a fully straight line. Now let's see how to see heat flux. So click on temperature, click on heat flux resultant, click show as vector plot. Let's check, let's see without vector plot. Click OK. Here you will see the heat flux vector plot, heat flux plot. Click on probe, click on it. As you can see, the values remain on the same at all points. It doesn't matter where you click. Go to graph. Here you can see the value remains constant. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe and share this video. More tutorial on heat transfer are coming. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe and share, and watch our other cool tutorials, for example non-linear simulation and others. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Namaste.